Hey guys, I wanted to kind of put some punctuation on the rebates and incentives discussion that we had earlier and try to make sure we're all on the same page and tie all this stuff together. So let's first talk about rebates. So obviously with an engine 6, rebates is going to have to be implemented into the vehicle price system module. So here we're in system modules, vehicle price, and you can see that I have this toggle show price rules and rebates. Now what I was talking about with Tyson with regard to if we need to break these out or not, I don't think we need to yet, and here's why. So if I have this set to yes, then that means that in this specific price profile, profile 1, I do want price rules and rebates to be displayed as individual line items within that price block. And so that makes sense for when we have rebates turned on in that story that we were talking about earlier, because if there are rebates for that vehicle, they'll show up as line items, but as Kevin mentioned, they do need to be separated between cash and conditional, so that conditional rebates are always collapsed even inside of that price block when it's expanded. Or when it's the advanced breakdown, we still need collapsed conditional offers because there can be several. Now, the way that we can get away with this setting being set to yes for rebates and price rules, even if we don't want some price rules to show up, is you'll notice within Ignite in price rules here under inventory, this is where price rules are. And there's two key settings here to stay mindful of. The first is display price breakdown. This means that, and if you read the tooltip it explains, but it means that if it is checked, then it could display as an individual line item within the price block. It doesn't mean that it always will, because the price profile within the system module must also be set to yes. If this is checked and the price profile is set to no, then it will not display that line item because the system module settings. But if this is displayed or checked to display price breakdown and the system module is set to yes, display price rules and rebates, then this can then display the price rule in the price block as an individual line item if all other criteria are met, meaning that the price rule exists inside of this date range, it applies to the vehicle that the price rule is set for. But the other key setting to keep in mind is discount qualifications. If it applies to all customers, then it should be treated as a cash rebate and display above final price as a cash offer as an individual line item. If it has restrictions, then that means that it is a conditional offer. And you can see here that the tooltips explain what these mean. But has restrictions mean it should lump in with conditional offers, applies to all customers, means it should be considered a cash offer. So that is kind of rebates and price rules. The next thing that I wanted to talk about are the incentives. So a good way to look at incentives is our Porsche demo site is a really good example. I think we're doing incentives well on this site. So we display lease and finance offers on the SRP and the VDP. So you'll notice that if I click either of these things, well, not that one, let's not do that one, let's do this. This is where finance offers are displayed as well. So this shows me an offer for a particular vehicle, and when I click it, it gives me a pop-up that tells me everything I need to know about that offer. And I can either fill out a lead or view all inventory that qualifies for the offer, which we'll look at in a second. But if I go to the VDP, well, this one doesn't have it, but normally, and maybe Kevin, you can send an example where it shows on the VDP the same text. But what we want in Engine 6, I know I've seen it on Engine 5, is when I'm looking at any vehicle that has one of these qualifying offers, it needs to display on the VDP as well. we want to, of course, merchandise these incentives so that they're obvious for people who are looking at vehicles of interest. If I'm interested in this vehicle, then I definitely want to know if there are offers available for it. So exactly as we see on the SRP, this text that shows lease and finance offers need to be also displayed on the VDP. The other thing to note about this pop-up is that I can hit View Inventory, and this will take me to an inventory page in SRP that contains all vehicles that qualify for this offer. Now, one downstream story that I'd love to see in Q3 is the dynamic creation of these offer banners. And what's cool about this is it reaffirms that what I was just looking at is available for this page of inventory. So I saw a $7.99 lease special. I'm taken to an inventory page that all have $7.99 lease specials. And this is also nice for digital marketing services or any sort of direct linking services to SRPs, because I can then send traffic directly to 2018 Porsche, whatever year, make, model. And at the top, we have these dynamically created offers banners, which basically just reiterate all of these offers that are available, and that allows me to see the offers, etc. Now, the tricky part is, of course, integration of automated incentives and finance and lease offers into this system so that it displays on the SRP, the VDP, and within the pop-ups for all of these vehicles that have the offers available. So there are two different places where we manage these offers. The first is in the incentives manager, which Kevin alluded to. And this is where we actually poured in the OEM incentives, and we use those to then get parsed to the site. So this one has some cool stuff. There's no active offers on this particular site, but Kevin can show you examples of how the dealer can come in and activate particular ones, and there's actually a decent level of control that the dealer has to take those OEM incentives and make sure that they are all relevant and are showing for the vehicles that the dealer wants to show them for. The other place where dealers can manage finance and lease offers is through the Manage Offers section. So the one we were just looking at was under Inventory Incentives Manager, and this is under Features Manage Offers. Now, Kevin and I have had some discussion about combining these systems as they ultimately do the same thing, but one is for automated incentives integration and the other is for manual incentives creation. And so this allows you to create an offer where you can do a finance lease or both. And this, you're familiar with it, powers our special offers module on Engine 6 now. You select the year, make, model, and you determine what offer is available. But regardless of whether the dealer creates the offer themselves or ports them in from the manufacturer, we need a way to be able to take both of these incentives management systems, both the one we were just looking at, Incentives Manager and Manage Offers, to be disseminated or to send those offers to all of the relevant inventory on the site. And the Special Offers module is one way that we do that. And I know we have some work that is just about to be released to show relevant incentives from the Manage Offers module on the VDPs, meaning if I have an offer for a Honda Civic, then that Special Offers module will only show me the offers for Honda Civic on the Honda Civic VDPs, which is great. But we also want to take it that step further such that Manage Offers and Incentives Management are able to port in those offers to relevant inventory on SRP and VDP. So to sum up, the three main things again are rebates integration, with the vehicle price system module and how that interacts with our price rule system, and that entire system module. Cash and conditional offers, lumping together conditional offers, as well as the front end display of those. Here's an example of how we do it in Engine 5. This is dr.dealerfire.com if you want to take a look, but we have cash offers and we have lumped together conditional offers. And here, if you just click the price or that icon, this is where we get that flyout panel that shows you all these conditional offers. And you can see why we have to lump together conditional offers. There's just far too many to display in a single price block. So replicating this functionality for price rules and rebates is a great template for us to replicate in Engine 6. And then, of course, the other two parts are what we just talked about, which is the syndication of lease and finance offers throughout the website for relevant inventory, whether it be an SRP listing or the VDP. We need the automated lease and finance incentives, as well as the manually created special offers from Manage Offers and Ignite to populate on inventory pages so that vehicles of interest are well merchandised with available offers.